Hi, welcome to a brand new video from TOGAtech. My name's Dave. In this video I want to share with you some of the products I've purchased from a company called TEMU. Now I must stress that this video is not sponsored by TEMU and all these products have been purchased with my own money. Now let's go through and you can give me your opinion as to whether or not you think these are worth the money. Okay, I want to start off here with my first item, which is a USB portable rechargeable soldering iron. Okay, let's have a look at what we get in the box here. It comes in a nice little plastic carry case. Nice little clip on the front, keeps everything all neatly together. Let's have a look what we got here. We've got the instructions. There we are. They are in English. That's good. Now this soldering iron has got 3 heat settings. It's 300 to 330 degrees Celsius. Setting number 2 is 340 to 370 degrees Celsius, and setting number 3 is 380 to 400 degrees Celsius. So it's got quite a good range there. Let's just pop those aside. And then also in the box we've got a little reel of solder. This is some solid rosin flux, welding flux. Nice little box. We have, what's this here? It looks like to be a soldering iron stand. This is a little stand for when you're not using your soldering iron. Let's try and set this up. How does this go? There's the little leg. The leg goes in there. Oh, wrong way round. Wrong way round. I think it goes like this, isn't it? No, I think it is that way round. Let's have a look. It's hard to tell. Get that in there, a bit fiddly. Goes in there like that. That's it. And that will, it's got a little pad there for wiping your tip as well, and a little cradle to rest the soldering iron in when you're not using it. Over the side there you've got your USB charging cable. It's USB to USB-C charging cable. This is the soldering iron tip. Now it's got 2 ends on it. The end with the little bit of rubber on it is the actual soldering tip. This bit goes into the end of the soldering iron. Let's have a little look at that. This is the soldering iron. As I say, it's USB rechargeable. 3.7 volts. Got the USB-C charging plug here, and the end there, power button, so on. So to insert the tip, remember the rubber end is the bit that gets hot. That spear end here will go into the element inside the soldering iron. So you just got to push it in there, push it in, that's it, it's in. Done. Now you've got a power switch here and 3 LED lights. We press that, turn that on. I think it might be a long press. Is it a long press? Yeah, I can't see any lights at the moment. Yeah, it's a long press. Right, you hold it down for a few seconds and then it will power up. And I don't know if you can see that, there's one LED light on, which means that is now heating to the first setting. And then if you want to make it a bit hotter, press it again. 2 LEDs on. And then the maximum temperature, which is up to 400 degrees Celsius. Press it again, we've got 3 LEDs on. And let's move this case out of the way a little bit. Here's your cradle. So you can rest your soldering iron there while you're not using it. It will automatically turn off after a while and cool down. But let's see if we can do some soldering with this. Got a little PCB here. It's got a resistor on there. Let's see if we can do some soldering with this. Right, we'll try and use the stuff that came with it. Don't know if that's going to be any good, but I've got a little bit of rosin flux here, some on there. Because this is the solid flux, isn't it? Oh, a little bit of flux there. The tip's not really big enough to get a bit of flux on it, but got a little bit there. Put that on that pad there, a bit on that pad there. Okay, let's get some of their solder, see if that's any good. Bring this down a bit. See it in shot. There we go. A little bit of their solder. So see if we can get a little solder on there. One. Try this one. There's that one there. So, soldered quite nicely. No problems with that at all. And as I say, when you just want to put it in the cradle there, we can turn that off, let it cool down. So that's our first item. We've got nice carry case, USB cable, little reel of solder, some solid rosin flux, a little stand to hold it in, and the soldering iron itself. Now, I think this is fantastic. It's easy to recharge, it's handy to keep in your toolbox, doesn't take up a lot of space. And I paid for this £4.39. £4.39 for a rechargeable portable soldering iron, along with all the little goodies that come in it. Just going to pop that over there because it's still got to cool down, so I won't put it back in the box. But look at that, lovely little case, £4.39. So there it is, USB portable rechargeable soldering iron for £4.39 from TEMU. let's go on to our second item. Right, this is our second item from TEMU. Now this would have come in handy a minute ago. This is a helping hands. Let me raise the camera. Oh, so you can see that a bit better. There we go. This is a soldering helping hands. It's all the arms are easily movable. It's got 3 crocodile clips to clamp your items you're working with, and it comes with a desk clamp. And say, like where I was trying to solder that PCB a minute ago, kept moving about everywhere. If I just clamp this on the side of my desk, there, you can see that. And I can articulate these arms wherever I want them. So that little soldering board, the PCB that kept moving around everywhere, I can just clamp that in like that. Manipulate it to whatever angle I want. Do the same with this arm and clamp that, and that's not going to go anywhere. That's fantastic. And I've even got a third arm if I want to bring something else in, hold another component or hold a light over the top. Very simple design, very flexible. The arms are articulate, very articulate, and it clamps nicely to my desk there. As I say, the only downside I would say to this is the fact that you've got to clamp it on the edge of a desk. I am going to modify this so that I can put it on a heavy base or a heavy magnetic base, so it can just sit somewhere in the middle of the desk. Right, I'll take the clamp off now. Something like that, so I can just put it straight in the middle of my soldering station area. That's clamping that perfectly in place. I've got my USB chargeable soldering iron and I can work away, no problem at all. Fantastic little tool, and for that I paid £5.72 from TEMU. £5.72 for that, and I'm going to use this a lot, because not just for my electronics, I do a lot of fine detailed modelling, 3D figures, and I can clamp these in place and easily work on it with a fine brush. Awesome, love it. £5.72. 3 articulating arms with crocodile clips. They're padded as well, so they won't scratch anything that they're holding or short circuit anything on a circuit board. Mounting clamp with a bracket that slides on, and you've got a little screw. That's it, clamp it to your desk. Lovely little bit of kit. Let's go on to our third item. Right, the third item I got is this, which is a multi-piece toolkit, screwdriver set and socket set. Comes in this lovely little case. In here you've got all the different screwdriver heads pieces. You've got Torx, you've got flats, you've got posies, you've got the security screws, everything in there. You also got some very small sockets. You've got these, which are little picks for getting the backs off of phones, mobile phones, or screens off of laptops, etc. This is a demagnetizer. You want to demagnetise your screwdrivers or your screws. Nice little box like that. Turn that over. And here you've got, look at this, beautiful little screwdriver. got a lovely grip, nice grip to it. You've got the turning head there, so you can just do that with it. And that's the holder to hold all the bits in. Lovely, nice, feels really good. Pull the collet back and you can extend the bar, so say you want to make it longer, like that. Pull the collet back again and you can push that all the way in. What else we got here? We've got a flexible screwdriver piece, so that will fit on the end of that, and then you've got your flexible to get into awkward corners. Got some more prying tools to pry the backs or the keyboards off of laptops, or the faces or backs off of mobile phones. They're made of plastic so they won't scratch anything. There's a whole range of different types and sizes of prying tools. A pair of tweezers. Get those out. Come on. Okay, can't get the tweezers out. Here we go. Here we go. Very tiny precision tweezers, picking out the screws, holding a chip, pulling a chip out. Then you've got a little sucker here, that's for peeling off the screens off of mobile phones. You can put that on there and you can just gently pull it away. And you've also got a SIM card removal tool. All of that in this lovely little carry case, so you don't lose anything. It's all kept neat and tidy in there. £5. What can I say? Fantastic deal. £5. Okay, on to our next items. There's a few, but they're small items, and they're only cheap items. I just want to show you a few bits and pieces I've got here. Let's have a look. Right. So the first one was just some multimeter cables with banana connectors, crocodile clips. So these, I think I paid a couple of quid for these. They're good, nice, solid, flexible cables. These are all for a variable power supply that I'll be building. So you'll see that in an upcoming video. Then we've got some more clips for the multimeter. And here we've got, again, this is for my DIY variable power supply. I've got in here, this is, I paid £1.69 for this. This is a digital display for volts and amps. This will go into my DIY variable power supply. £1.69 for that. Look at that. You couldn't get the components for that. Then I've got this here, which I paid £2.69 for this. This is an ATX power supply breakout board. So if you wanted to make your own power supply using an old ATX power supply from a PC, this is all you need. Take the power supply out of an old PC, it will plug straight into here. And then you've got your fuses, on off switch, indicator light to tell you it's on, and then you've got banana plugs, plus they twist and you can put leads behind them. And they've got the set voltages there, got 3.3, plus 5 volts, minus 12, plus 12, and they've each individually got a ground and a fuse. Oh, that's just awesome. That will give you a fixed power supply from an old PC power supply very, very quickly. And again, I paid £2.69 for that. Fantastic. What else have we got? Lots of goodies. Right, in here. What have I got in here? Oh yeah, this is an interesting one. I wanted something to test components like transistors and diodes and MOSFETs, etc. I wanted something to test them with. So this is an analyzer, but I didn't want to go down the route of just buying one. You can buy one, I don't know, about 12 quid already built. But because I'm getting into electronics a bit more, I wanted something to see what I could do by myself. Now, I actually paid £9 for this, £9.33, whereas you can buy them fully made for about 11, 12 quid. But as I say, I wanted to get into the electronics and build things myself. Now in this kit, let's open this kit up. There we go. As I say, everything's nicely packaged in anti-static vacuum sealed bags. So in this kit we get the circuit board. It's all done with an LCD screen, little ZIF socket here. This is where you put your components. Press the button, it will tell you exactly what that component is and whether or not it's functioning properly. It's run off a 9-volt battery. In here they give you the case to assemble it, which is all this laser cut plastic, laser cut acrylic. They're all the parts. They're covered with a protective film so you don't get any scratches. But when that's completed, that will be transparent. Let's get that round the right way, so that will go like that. So it'll all be transparent so you can see all the circuits inside and the screen and everything. I just fancied that. I thought it was a nice little tool. Why buy one ready built when you can build it yourself? You can go a stage further and get one that's not mounted circuits on the PCB and solder them yourself, but these are using SMD components and I haven't quite got to grips with them yet. But that, as I say, that transistor tester, £9.33, and it's a great analytical tool because it tells you what type of transistor it is, tells you if the transistor's okay. You can try all other components on there, capacitors, resistors, everything. It will tell you exactly what they are and if they're functioning properly. Lovely. £9.33. Fantastic. And the last thing I have, oh no, it's not the last thing, I lie. Got another little thing here. This again, trying to get into electronics, learn more about it. This is a DC power supply, and it all comes as a PCB and components. This is a 0 to 30 volt variable power supply. There's your PCB. Look at that, it's beautifully made PCB. It's got all the component identifications on the board itself. And this is variable, as I said, 0 to 30 volts. It's rated about 3 amps. Comes with instructions and the circuit diagram. Unfortunately, it's all in Chinese, but that's part of the challenge. So building this yourself will give you an insight into electronics, components, component testing, and hopefully sorry, where was I? Camera just cut out. Right, so yeah, here's the PCB. It's all nicely labelled up with all the components. You've got all your separate components in little jiffy bags. They're all the resistors. And over here we've got the transistors. Large capacitor, very large capacitor there. You've got some potentiometers here for adjusting the voltage and the amperage. But as I say, I wanted to get it like this because as I build this up, it will give me a better understanding of electronics components, how they work, how they put together, component testing, because that's what I want to go on to later on, is doing some electrical repairs on laptops, mobile phones, PCs, etc. So I need to get a basic understanding of their components and how they work. And in doing this, I think it will give you a little insight into how it all works. So this is a 0 to 30 volt up to 3 amp variable power supply. Now I'm going to build this, put it inside a 3D printed case. Obviously use this meter that I bought here to display the output voltage and the output current on here, and that will all go into a little case, and I'll do a separate project on that and separate video on that. This DC power supply cost me £4.69p. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, that is so beautifully made, that PCB. And all these components, where can you get all these components for £4.69p? Excellent. Couple more things to go. Pop that away. Tell you what, I spend most of my time on this site now. It's ridiculous. Right, what's the... these here. Wireless earbuds. What did I pay for these? Wireless earbuds. £2.15p. Got a little user manual there. They're just Bluetooth wireless earbuds. Come in a nice little case. We pop that case open. You can see they're charging. See that? So what you do is you charge up the battery in the base, and then you just pop your earbuds in and they'll start charging for that. So it's portable. So you can charge this up at home, take the case with you, and then when your earbuds get a bit low, you can pop them in there and they'll start charging. You can see the indicators on there. It's registering, sorry, my table's a bit wobbly. 62%. This one's charging faster than that one. They're Bluetooth, easy to connect to your phone or your tablet. I have tried these out. Sound quality wise, they're perfect for me because all I listen to are audio books, or I do some training courses online. Answer phone calls. They're fine for that. If they're good enough quality for music, I couldn't tell you because I don't really listen to music on my phone. Yeah, I can see no drawback with them. as I say, for £2.15p, what are you asking for? I mean, what's a set of earpods or Samsung buds? I mean, you're looking at 50 quid, 100 quid, ridiculous. £2.15p, perfect for me, does for me. So, got your two buds, little charging box, nice little container, I like that. And I love the little display, tells you how much charge you've got on each of them. Just pop them in, they start charging, fantastic. Now, for the last item, the pièce de résistance. Going to make a little bit of space here, bear with. Okie dokie, right, here we are. This is the last thing. Because I'm getting into electronics and I'm also getting older, eyesight's not so good. Digital microscope. I thought, let's invest in a digital microscope. Didn't want to pay hundreds of pounds. Had a look on TEMU, come across this. Let's open it up. Nicely packaged, protection foam, little screen cleaning cloth, operator's manual. Let's get the little item out and move the box out the way. Got a USB connector. Right, let's have a look. This is it. It's a digital microscope. So what you've got here is you've got the microscope lens here, and then you've got a digital display for seeing what's on that. You've got an adjustable table. You can just turn that, it's a little bit stiff. If you turn that, that will lift up and down the table to adjust. And then you've got a focus ring here, turn that to focus. And you can put, I don't know how much of this you can see, might have to move the camera a bit for you to see this. But you can just put your circuit board on there, like so. Adjust your focus. Let me see if I can turn it on if it's charged. There it is, coming on. Let's try and focus that. It's very close actually. Let's turn that over so you can see some electrical components. There you go. You can tune that, turn that in, focus it, and you can see all the electrical components. Fantastic. It's only a 2 megapixel display, but it's perfect for soldering. There's a USB cable for charging, so you can recharge it. It has a SD card input, so you can actually take photographs or video with this. So when you're working on something, if you want to video what you're doing, you can just select video and it will record it to that SD card for you. Now, this, as I say, I wanted to get into electronics, but I didn't want to spend hundreds of pounds. So this item here cost me £23.85. £23.85. What a bargain. Absolute bargain. Does have its limitations, which is the focusing distance between the lens and the table. But there is sufficient distance to have your circuit board in there and get your soldering iron in between the two to work. There is sufficient distance. So that works perfectly for me. Again, a second bugbear, should we say, a bugbear is the actual light. because the light is focused completely down, you get a lot of reflection. So what I will probably do with this is I'll get a couple of gooseneck LEDs to come round from the side so I can light it from the side, which will also give you the appearance of depth of vision, which is helpful when soldering, and it will also stop the glare off of the circuit board and shiny components. I mean, most of this is quite good. If you go in on the chip, it's not too bad, but you can get reflections there coming up. But if you light it from the side, a couple of gooseneck lights, I think they're like £2, 16p each from TEMU. I'll get them and just add it on there. There are models available that have them already built in, but as I say, I'm doing this all on a budget. Didn't want to spend too much money, and this worked out perfect for me. £23.85. Fantastic. Can't wait to start using this. And so it's a 2 megapixel camera, 2 megapixel display. You've got SD card input, so you can store your videos or your still shots that you take. It's rechargeable, USB rechargeable. Got built-in light, adjustable bed. It's brilliant. What else can I say? Right, that's the final item I have on this video. There will be more to come. In conclusion, all I can say, I must stress again that I'm not being paid by TEMU to promote this. I took a risk as to whether or not TEMU was going to be good or not, and overall I'm very pleased with the items I've purchased. I've got some more purchases on their way, which is going to be a 2-in-1 soldering iron and hot air solder station. You need the hot air if you're going to do SMD component soldering, so I want to try that out. A USB plug-in power meter, so you can check the volts and amps from laptops just by plugging in the USB-C or in the power port. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for my new videos coming out, which is going to be the variable power supply, benchtop power supply unit. I've also got the Airbus A320 overhead panel on the go. Got some circuit boards, some PCBs being built in China or manufactured in China at the moment. As soon as they arrive, we'll press on with a bit of that video. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.